Well, who was threatening then?
Nobody does.
Allie, look at me. Allie, here's the deal. We're at a point now where you're protecting somebody who killed someone.
No, I'm not. I don't know who pulled the trigger.
You're
I don't
holding
know
back.
those people.
You just held back on me. Think what's gonna happen.
I didn't want them to fail at robbing somebody and then my name look bad. And two, I didn't want them to rob him anyways.
In the early hours of August 25th, 2021, a deadly trap was sprung on a quiet street in Green Cove Springs, Florida. 18-year-old Colton Thomas Shearer, a standout high school baseball player, was fatally shot after being lured to a residence for what he believed was a late-night hangout. The ambush was swift and brutal. Assailants opened fire on his pickup truck, shattering the night's silence. Shearer's friends frantically drove him to a nearby gas station seeking help, but he succumbed to his wounds, leaving behind a chaotic crime scene and a mystery centered on who orchestrated the attack. The investigation immediately zeroed in on Alexandra Grace Schreffler, the 24-year-old resident who had invited Shearer to the house. Her initial account portrayed the incident as a random, terrifying attack, but it was riddled with inconsistencies. Evidence suggested this was a pre-planned robbery, orchestrated by individuals Schreffler knew personally. With the shooters having vanished and the motive unclear, the entire case now hinges on breaking through Schreffler's deceptive and incomplete narrative. Investigators sit her down in an interrogation room, convinced she holds the key to the entire conspiracy. Today, we analyze this crucial interrogation, where every denial and admission could be the key to bringing a group of killers to justice.
I'm not nervous about going to jail or any of that because I didn't.
No, they said if he has anything, we're taking it. They didn't say we're going to
That's a
rob him.
robbery.
Following hours of preliminary investigation at the crime scene, police brought 24-year-old Alexandra Schreffler to headquarters for questioning. She is considered a key witness in the murder that claimed the life of Colton Shearer, a promising 18-year-old baseball player from Middleburg High School.
I can't find a blanket anywhere, sorry.
It's
I don't know
okay.
if somebody's used it.
I don't know much.
It's probably nasty anyway. I know you're witnessing this whole thing, but because we're talking to you in here, I'm just going to read you your rights, okay? And just go over this form. Doesn't mean you're in trouble. Doesn't mean you're going to jail or anything like that. It's just something I want to make sure we do.
Okay. I'm not nervous about going to jail or any of that because I didn't do anything.
There you go. There you go.
And if you need me to sign or do anything, I will. I'm trying to help them as much as I can, but I don't really know much.
Okay. Well, that's the best thing. You want to cooperate anyway, right?
Well, I mean, not even that. I didn't do anything to be uncooperative about, but I just, it's a lot, it's blurry. It's
But I mean,
shocking,
help us
it's
the best you can anyway.
Well, yeah, it's just confusing and
Okay.
blurry.
Well, I'm not trying to insult your intelligence or anything, but I'll explain this to you, okay? I know you finished high school, right? Okay. You been to college or anything? Okay, but you understand the
I've been
English
to CNA
language?
school.
Okay. You're not under the influence of drugs,
No.
alcohol, or anything like that? Okay. These are your constitutional rights, and I'll read it to you, but you have the following rights under the United States Constitution. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him present with you while being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, won't be appointed representative before questioning if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements, okay?
Okay.
I understand all
this,
those rights.
Yes, sir. You said this was just to read to me, right?
Yeah. Just keep this in mind, okay? You're not a suspect or anything, but I just want to make sure because we're in this room and everything like that.
We were just trying to find somebody to hang out with. We threw the party idea away at 9 o'clock when the neighbor came and got us.
Okay.
And we played Uno, smoked some cigarettes.
Played Uno, smoke cigarettes, all right.
And then around my time's about to jump. Sorry,
That's
majorly. When I don't remember what time I hit Colton up, but I messaged Colton and I was like, "Hey, what's your number?" And he sent me his number, and then I texted him, and he was like, "Who is this?" And I was like, "LOL, do you send everybody your number? Like
Right.
at this time of night? Like
Right.
you just send it to me." And he was like, "Just kidding, just making sure it's you. What are you doing? Where are you at? What do you want to do?" I was like, "I'm trying to hang out. What are you trying to do?" He's like, "Are you home?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Is it your house?" I was like, "Yeah, I have a roommate, but he's not here. Like, y'all are more than welcome to come. Who are you with?" He never told me who he was with. He asked who I was with multiple times, and I told him. And then around, he stopped talking to me for a little while, and then it got later, and he had called Celeste's phone and was like, "What's up? What's your address? Send it." So I sent him the address. It didn't work. He called me back. And then he was like, I'm on 16. What's the address? The one you sent me, is it working? Is it county or country? I think, because I wrote it wrong.
Right, yeah.
And then he never put the address in his GPS. I guess he drove by my house. I was like standing out inside the porch. He drove by my house like a few times, like stopped, backed up, like did some weird stuff. I was like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm outside.
What does Colton drive?
I think it's blue.
Uh-huh.
A blue Chevy Silverado.
Is it like
It's a dark color truck. Like, I know what his truck looks like. I just don't know I don't remember what color.
What time do you think you sent a message or whatever, or started talking to Colton? And what's Colton's last name?
I don't know how to pronounce it. It starts with an S.
Okay.
I want to say no earlier than 1, no later than 2.
In the morning?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Between 1 and 2.
1 and 2. And now walk me through what you see when you come outside.
I kicked the front door open. I was on the phone with him, and I was like, hold on, I'm kicking the door open. He said, what? And he's like, I'm here. And I kicked it open, and I was like, I know, I see you. And then he got out of his truck. I don't know if he turned it off or not. I don't remember. He got out of his truck. He walked around the back part of the truck, and like, as soon as he like went to walk up on the stairs, someone came from this way. And then I know that I saw more than 6 people in my yard. I know for a fact. Maybe I was just freaking out and seeing shit. Excuse my language,
No, you're
but
fine. Cussing is not going to offend me.
Okay.
You cuss all you want.
Well, I saw someone come running from this way. They were drugged and dressed.
Now, when you say this way, this bottle caps your house, and this is the front porch, right? Again, right? They came from this
way.
direction, like from
like the road.
from like the main road. 16.
Yeah, like from the road. Now, I don't know if they were in a car. I don't know if they were on foot. It makes no sense that somebody would sit at my house on their fucking feet.
What does that person look like?
Who?
That ran up. Did you get a good look at him?
I don't know. I don't even know if he was black or white. I know.
Are you sure it's a guy?
I don't even know if it was a guy. I mean, I don't think a female would have attacked a guy. Like
Now, when you mean attacked, how did that happen? How'd that pan out? Are y'all still on the phone, or have you hung up?
No, I hung up, like, as soon as I saw him walk around the turn. I was like, I know, I see you.
Okay.
No, I was standing on
Or
the
staying
porch.
on the porch,
Staying on
and
the porch.
he's walking up.
Mhm.
And about the time he gets to the bottom step, you see someone run up.
Yeah, but we got off the phone, I hung up as soon as I said, I see you.
Gotcha.
And he put his phone.
Okay. So he's just walking up. He gets to that bottom step, and when you mean somebody attacks him, help me understand. Are they tackling him? Are they? I mean, what?
Like, it wasn't like somebody was robbing somebody. Like, nobody went up with no guns. I never saw a gun, not one gun. I only heard gunshots. It looked like somebody was mad at him. Like, they knew him. Like, I know you. I'm about to beat the fuck out of you.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of thing. Like, it didn't. I mean, I couldn't see Colton's face or that person's face, but I mean, the way it happened, like, it looked like that was like somebody meant to do.
Investigators with the Clay County Sheriff's Office are pursuing multiple leads, including the theory of a robbery that escalated into violence. 2 friends who were in the truck with Shearer were also injured but survived. They have provided initial statements to the authorities.
This is the first time I saw him since February.
Okay. Did these people? And you said you saw numerous people.
Key thing. I stopped hanging out with Colton because he sold cocaine.
Okay.
I don't want to be like a snitch or anything,
No,
but
you don't need
I stopped.
Here, let me tell you something about all that. Honestly, you're going to do Colton a big favor if you're honest about what he does and everything that he's
I don't know
involved
if he
in.
wants people.
Well, I know, but here's the deal. Okay, he was shot tonight, right? Right?
I don't
Isn't
know.
that what you told me?
I don't know. I know what they have been telling me. I don't
Okay.
know. I don't know for sure that my friend was shot.
Okay. People were shot in that pickup truck. It very well could be Colton. I'm sorry because I didn't make it out there before I turned around and had to come back out here, or I would know that for sure. So there's a good chance he was shot. I don't care what he does. Okay, he could sell coke. He could do anything. It doesn't give anybody the right to shoot anybody. What else does he sell?
I don't know. I know he hangs out with everybody in Middleburg that sells drugs.
Okay.
That's why I stopped hanging out.
Are we
with him.
talking heroin? Or
No, fuck no. Fuck no.
Okay.
I'm just talking about like little jit shit, like fucking cocaine and marijuana, some
Gotcha.
Xanax on the side, or some fucking
Gotcha.
dabs, or
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? Nothing like no crack or heroin.
Okay.
Do the people that he hang around with sell that stuff? Yeah. All of them do. They think it's funny to go downtown and sell crack to fucking strangers. They think it's hilarious. I don't think it's funny,
Right.
but they think it's hilarious.
Okay.
They do get into some deep shit. Do I go with them? I went with Joey one time, and that was honestly why I stopped hanging out with that crowd, because of Joey individually, and Colton was just like a friend of his. And Colton like hit me up on Facebook like 2 days ago, and I was in Middleburg and I was gonna hang out with him, but I didn't. And tonight I was bored and I was like, I'm at my house. I'm not at somebody else's house. If you want to come over, come over. Like, I can invite you to my house. Colton? He could still be slinging pounds of cocaine if that's what he wants to do. You know what I mean? But I just don't know. Okay. I don't hit him up for like.
Well, because understand, it's just like you said with his what he does. This kind of stuff does happen. All right, robberies and stuff like that. Even though you said it didn't seem like a robbery, but that's it. Most likely when people take a chance of robbing somebody, especially.
But by my house, I don't even really.
I don't know that. We'll get to the bottom of it. We're gonna find out. But someone decided to specifically rob them at that point for some reason.
That's what I'm saying.
And that would lead me to believe maybe he was bringing over some marijuana or something. And some idiots were like, you know what, let's get this.
I don't know. I don't think it was robbing. Like, Colton didn't even say, hey, I have a gun in the truck. Like, nothing. Like, he didn't.
Why does Colton have a gun? Is it because he's
I don't know if Colton has a gun or not.
Oh, I thought you said he did.
Well, I heard more than one gun bullet. You think that he didn't have a gun? I feel like if I sold cocaine, I'd have a gun. Okay. You?
Well, I know, but I'm saying, trying to find definites. Do you know if he has?
No, I don't know that Colton had a gun. I don't know whose gun it was. I don't know who shot the fire, but I mean, I'm assuming that it wasn't. Colton didn't shoot himself if he was really shot, and I don't think anybody else would shoot themselves.
Okay. Allie, the reason why I say this is probably the most serious thing you've ever been involved in, right? Okay.
And I have my 16-year-old friend involved in it too because she was at my house.
I know. So understand, this isn't just going to be some quick thing and you're going to get out of here. You're a witness in this, okay?
I don't want to be anymore.
But here's the deal. Let's say, and like I said, I don't know. Let's say Colton's your friend, right? Or you've known him for a while. If he is the one that was killed, you owe it to him to tell us everything, right? And help us. Now, as soon as I find out, I will be straight with you. I'll tell you. I know there was multiple people in the truck. I know there's multiple people that were shot. And I know that there's one dead so far. The other one's in the hospital.
Those people were not randomly there.
What do you mean?
The situation? This situation, the whole situation. All we're trying to find out is why those people are there and who they are. Okay? And our best shot is for you to tell us. Because they did not pick that address randomly and happen to be there when
that address has been out for weeks.
What address?
That address, the power was turned off at the house and we were supposed to leave the house, but me and Celeste were there tonight just hanging out.
I understand that, but those guys did not show up there randomly.
I understand that.
So either you facilitated something or your friend did, but the bottom line is it didn't happen without your knowledge. So this is
that would just happen in my yard with those people?
I don't think that you intended for what happened to happen. I'm saying those people that came there, you have some knowledge about who they are.
I don't. I swear to God, I don't. I would tell you if I don't. Or if I did.
Well, I mean, I think you'd be afraid at first because everybody would be. And nobody sits down and immediately tells us.
No, afraid was hearing gunshots go through my doors and my windows. Mm-hmm. That was afraid.
People you have no idea who they are decided to sit on your house and by chance wait for this truck to pull up to rob them. That doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. And you know it. You've already said that.
I said that.
That stuff doesn't happen. So here, this is what I want you to know.
But neither does last weekend when people were attacking somebody's car too. That doesn't happen either.
Do what? Last weekend when somebody was being okay. So here's what you got to decide.
I'm aware that the house was a dangerous place to be. I'm aware that there were people threatening. But did I think anybody was going to do anything? No.
Okay. Well, who was threatening then?
Nobody does.
Allie, look at me. Allie, here's the deal. We're at a point now where you're protecting somebody who killed someone.
No, I'm not. I don't know who pulled the trigger. I don't know those people.
You just held back on me.
The investigation is centered on the Green Cove Springs home, which neighbors described as the site of frequent, unusual activity. The Middleburg community, where Shearer was a local sports star, is in shock and mourning the sudden passing of the young talent.
Before we get too far in this, anything else that's happened that you may not think is relevant? I don't care if it's so much as a show.
There's just a bunch of hood rat shit going on. A lot of dramas, a lot of rumors, a lot of everything.
Specifically with Colton in your house.
No, Colton was. That's why I'm so confused. Colton has absolutely, I don't understand. He has no tie to anything, not even to me, except for that I was friends with him through Joey and I hit him up to hang out with him. So yeah, I guess it is my fault he's dead because I invited him to my house.
Not necessarily. Trying to figure out, it sounds like what you're trying to figure out too, is why would they choose Colton, his friends, in this truck? Why? I mean, it's crazy to sit here and say that this group of people were set up around your yard or in the woods or whatever, just waiting on somebody to pull up, unless they knew there was dope in that truck, or that there was a possibility.
How do you know that they were standing there waiting?
You think these people were just walking by, saw the truck, ran over, and committed a robbery and a murder?
No.
Right.
So there was somebody waiting and watching my house?
I mean, how else would it happen? This doesn't happen anywhere else. There's nobody at my house getting shot up and all that because nobody's around. People don't just they don't just commit murders like that.
I know that.
I mean, they don't.
I mean, no, I don't actually know what that's like, but...
Right, I get what you mean. So it had to have been, and you'll be surprised by the end of this, and I really hope you're not lying to me. I'm not saying you are. I really hope you're not lying to me. Because by the end of this, it will come out if you knew about it. And understand, if you even knew anything, and you held back at all, then you are risking your freedom with that. If someone was killed on your property, and I can prove later on that you knew that there were these other guys around, you may not have known what they were going to do, but you knew these guys were around and you didn't tell me, absolutely you can get yourself in trouble. But who went over and robbed him?
I don't know all their names.
Give me something so I can go back and I can tell them that you're being honest with me.
There were 3 black guys.
Okay.
And I don't know any other names. And then 1 white guy.
Tell me how all this came out to be then.
Everybody's just dumb. They're all dumb. And they don't think. Even when I say no, they don't listen. Whether it's robbing somebody or whether it's anything, they don't listen.
Okay.
And because I'm friends with them, I have to go down with them. And because...
That's not necessarily true. You could be a witness in this whole thing.
I'm not a witness when I invited Colton over. If I never invited Colton over, they would have never done any of that.
I mean, there is some truth to that, absolutely.
They would have never done any of it.
I'm proud of you for acknowledging that. Whoever it is, whoever did this.
I've changed my password multiple times, so
well,
there's no way.
I'm not saying that anybody hacked in your Facebook. I'm just saying someone has
I'm saying
either talked.
my Facebook is on everybody's phone. But either way, I've changed my password multiple times.
But y'all communicated by telephone. Y'all didn't communicate. I mean, all he said was send me your number, that kind of thing. Y'all didn't. I mean, there's no conversation as far as bring weed or anything like that. So even if someone was looking at your Facebook, no way. They wouldn't have put 2 and 2 together. No way. The only way that the only scenario that this plays out is someone knew Colton and his friends were coming over and they either had beer or drugs or were going to go get beer or drugs.
Did they tell anybody they were coming over?
I can't ask them right now. I'm only talking to you. Now, there's 8 other detectives working. We're trying to put pieces all together, and we will in the long run. But my fear is, because you're not a bad person, okay? I know you, and I know you used to live with Katie and everything, and I've dealt with you before. You're a kid. You like to have fun, all right? But this shit's way over your head now. This is insane. Okay, so, like I told you, you're not a bad person. However, you're holding back for whatever reason. And I think you're afraid of getting yourself in trouble because whoever did this, I'm telling you, they've been to your house before and you've invited them over before, or you know them somehow. They've come over, they've hung out.
I'm literally playing in my head and thinking of anybody that could have walked in my door that would have been capable of killing.
The truth coming out of your mouth is so important to this case. You have no idea. You have no idea. And it will benefit you in the long run, A, because you're going to feel better, and B, because you're doing the right thing, and you look like an honest person. You look like a 21-year-old who does not belong behind bars, because you're not lying, okay? You're not
going to go behind bars, and I'm scared.
Allie,
The only wrong thing I did was invite him there.
I know.
And he didn't deserve that.
You're right. You did not.
I know he didn't. And I
Who
knew
told you to invite him there, Allie?
Jordan.
A major development occurred in the case as police announced they were searching for multiple suspects connected to the shooting. Public records identified Jordan Coleman, an acquaintance of Schreffler, as a person of particular interest to investigators in the widening probe.
And he wouldn't leave it alone.
Okay. What do you mean he wouldn't leave it alone? He just wouldn't. He just kept on.
Yes.
When was Jordan over at your house?
He lives there. That's
Oh, he
his
lives
house.
there. Okay,
Yeah.
he lives there. Why did Jordan? I mean, because he's
He
stupid.
just does dumb things. And I told him no, I told him leave it alone. I said I was going with him. I started getting dressed.
What was Jordan's plan?
I don't know. They didn't tell me. I swear to God they didn't. The only thing that they said was to bring them over. And I was like, I am, but I think I'm leaving. And then Jordan even asked me, he was like, are you leaving with him? I said, yeah, I think I am. I don't think you should do this. He doesn't deserve it. And then I walked outside on the phone with Colin, and Celeste was getting ready. And they just did it. And I said, no, please stop. And they didn't stop.
Allie, what did you see when you walked outside?
They just attacked him.
Who? I mean, I know Jordan, but who? I mean, who
I
attacked?
don't know. I swear I don't know these other people.
Okay. What did Jordan do when they pulled up?
I didn't see him. I didn't see where he came from. I didn't see where any of them came from. They were on the front porch. They didn't even know that Colton went to the gas station. They didn't know nothing. I didn't give Colton the right address on purpose. I gave Colton the wrong address multiple times, and he still kept coming, and they still wouldn't leave it alone.
So you gave him the wrong address.
Multiple times. I tried to talk them out of it. I went on the porch because
When you're talking them out of it, what are they saying they're going to do? I mean, just rob him at gunpoint, or are they...
No, I didn't think they had a gun. Jordan doesn't own a gun.
But
They never said anything about a gun, never.
Okay, but Allie, there's a reason why you were giving him the wrong address and why you're trying to prevent this from happening. What did you think was going to happen?
I didn't want them to fail at robbing somebody and then my name look bad. And two, I didn't want them to rob him anyways.
But they told
Why
you
would
they were
I-
going to rob him, right? Now, I guess they weren't very specific.
No, they said if he has anything, we're taking it. They didn't say we're going to
That's a
rob him.
robbery. But in a roundabout way, that's a robbery. They told you, if he has something, we're going to take it. And there was enough there for you to try and
Even
step
Celeste told them, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. I said, don't do this in front of us, don't do this, don't do this.
in. Don't you think that's important for us to know?
Yes, it's important, but the point of it is I had him come in.
Here's what I'm going to do. You wrote a statement to begin in this whole thing, okay, that is less than truthful. I want to give you the opportunity to write another statement. You can make it an apology letter if you want. You can put anything
I just
you
don't
want.
want to go to jail.
Okay, but the reason why I want to give you that opportunity is so that I don't confuse anything you've told me. It is your side of the story, handwritten out, okay, by you. Now I can't
With
make
my
you do
side of
this.
the story of the truth, I just told you what's going to happen to me.
I can't answer that for you. I can tell you you're in trouble right now. You're not free to leave because of all this, because of everything that's going on. I'm not saying that you're going to jail right now, or even when we get done, okay? Because I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back and talk to everybody. I don't know what else is going on around us other than Celeste is talking. So once we get there, then we'll move forward, okay? But you do want to write another statement, right? Telling me your actual side of the story. Do
I
you?
don't want to go to jail.
I know that.
And
I
if
know.
I write that in a statement, I'm going to jail.
No, because what you told me is enough. But listen to
What
what
do you mean? What do you want? What I told you is enough. Enough not to send me to jail?
No. It's enough for you to be in trouble and go to jail. What you just told me, that's all. I mean, that you're in trouble. Does that mean you're going to jail? I don't know yet. Let me go out there and figure that out. But we've got to get your side of things. And I can either write it in a report, okay, and people can read that, or you can write it also in a statement. That way there's nothing I get confused. It's your side of the story, and it goes everywhere with this, whether you go to jail or not. A lot of people like to do it. Some people don't. I can't make you do it. I'm just trying to give you that option. Because right now you wrote a statement that's a complete lie, which is another charge.
But Celeste wrote a statement that was completely wrong too.
I don't know. Oh, yeah, yes. She's in the same boat. Yeah, he handed me one from Celeste too. Yeah, she's in the same boat. We'll give her the same opportunity if she wants to write another statement telling us the truth. Then that's on y'all. I can't make you do it. I'm just saying. I think it'd be in your best interest to do it. That way, you can write it. I can go out there and start talking.
What? You're a police officer and a detective. You're not dumb. What charges am I looking at?
You're looking at accessory to all this.
No. This is why I didn't want you to tell the truth, because this is not.
You were looking at that before, Allie. Before you even told me anything. It's like I told you from the beginning.
Accessory to murder?
Absolutely. You could be. That's an option, but we have something called discretion.
What's that?
That means it means when I pull you over, I can decide whether to write you a ticket or write you a warning. If you've committed a misdemeanor crime, I can write you a ticket or I can take you to jail. Okay? When you're involved in a serious felony investigation and stuff, other than going to jail, we can use your testimony as a witness. There's different things. But I can't make you any promises as far as anything of that goes, because we don't even have, to my knowledge, we don't even have Jordan in custody yet.
Yeah, but I'm the one who just snitched on him.
No, you're not. No, Celeste is the first one.
Colton's life matters more than all of us, and I understand that wholeheartedly, which is why I sat here and cried and eventually told you the truth over myself. I just put somebody else before me.
Yeah, and you should have.
As the investigation deepens, legal experts begin to analyze the potential charges, ranging from armed robbery to murder. The focus for law enforcement is now on determining the precise role each individual played in the chain of events that led to Colton Shearer's death.
I'll ask you this too, though. Do you know where they ran off to? Where they would go to hide?
No.
There's got to be somewhere they're hiding. If we don't have them, to my knowledge, we don't.
But if I walk out this door, I can go straight to them and find them. I know I can find them. The first person Jordan will get a hold of is me.
Why?
Why? To make sure I don't snitch.
How do you get a hold of your Facebook? How do you get a hold of you?
I would look for him and find him.
Oh, okay. You want me to go get you another statement? Or no?
I want to feel so not alone in this. And I just probably ruined my life.
Why? By telling the truth?
No, I ruined my life because nobody's going to hire me. Nothing. I'm probably going to go to prison, let's be honest. Let's be honest.
Listen, trust me. There are so many times in my job where I think that, and I end up arresting the same person for the same stuff a month later. So let's not jump to just crazy conclusions, okay? You messed up. Absolutely. People mess up. You didn't kill anybody.
I didn't help kill anybody either.
Right.
Those were not my intentions. Never, not once. I didn't even know they were guns.
That wasn't your intention. But it's important for you to tell me that so I can at least go and tell all these people, hey, this isn't what she was doing. This is simply what she tried to do. You're telling the truth. Just like it sounds like everybody's doing. It sounds like, listen, we're not.
Do you believe me now? Do my stories match now?
It makes a lot more sense. I just wish you would have been straight up with me from the get-go.
I couldn't.
You know what I mean? But trust me, I understand why it took so long.
I'm not just thinking of myself.
Well,
I am, but I'm not. Because either way, I know I'm screwed, but
if you want me to be brutally honest with you, you are thinking of yourself, but I don't blame you in this situation. You almost have to.
Everybody else is. And I just sat here.
Well, no. Everybody else is they're telling us the truth. And I got a feeling once we get a hold of Jordan and all these other people, which I think Celeste knows these other three guys' name. All right, so let's go back. He's bugging you about called, and then Jordan tells you he's on Old Jennings. You can find a ride. Y'all make
He's
plans.
just pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing, and he just wants to rob somebody, and I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why.
Does he need money for something? I mean, is there...
No. If he needed money, why can't he go get a job? It's so easy for a guy to get a job. If I was a guy, I would have money. For real. You could go fucking dig holes for $1,000 a week. And make, like, whether you're a felon or not.
Is he an addict, maybe? I mean, does he need to support his addiction, or...
I don't think so. I just think he does it for fun.
Like street cred, he just wants to be, like, just a thug?
Yes, because the whole time we were talking about it, I kept talking about how he didn't know how to rob people because he already tried and then he was going to fail. And I kept telling him he was going to fail, to just stop, just to let it go, just not to rob anybody at all. But he doesn't listen. He does what he wants. Jordan Coleman does what he wants. And he doesn't care who he brings on with him. Clearly. Because look who's sitting here, not him.
And you know what most likely is going to happen when we bring Jordan in here? And I mean, this isn't happening, but normally he's going to try and put it on you and Celeste. That almost happens every time. He'll try and put more of the blame on you too. You know what I mean?
I don't care what he says at this point. Because I'm not lying, so I don't care.
Now,
Celeste was in the room, and then I asked them where they were. I yelled for Jordan's name on the porch. I yelled for Jordan's name on the back porch, and nobody came. And then the phone was dead. I put it on the charger. Colin was calling when it turned on, and he was pulling in the driveway, and I told him to leave.
Okay. And by that time it was too late. They were already running up.
I didn't know they were going to run up into all that. I even turned all the lights in the house off so that Colin would think it was the wrong house.
authorities released the identities of two other individuals wanted for questioning, Ozell McNabb and Tori Johnson. Both have prior criminal records, which adds a new dimension to the case as police work to piece together the network of people involved.
I thought the power was out. No, it's still on.
The power is out, but it's on.
What do you mean? I don't care if you're stealing it from the neighbor or whatever.
It's not. I did it. Jordan just clicked the little thing on the box and flipped the switch.
Okay. So the power works, though. And you turn the power off, hoping that Colton would think, oh, that ain't it.
I did everything to prevent it from happening to him. Honestly, to the Jared kid, no. Would I feel bad if Jared lost his life right now? Yes, because it would have been under my back. But I did everything that I could. I thought they had just left or something. I mean, part of me knows that deep down inside of my gut that I had a bad feeling about the whole situation.
What did you think? I mean, what was your bad feeling? What did you think was going to happen?
That they were either going to fail.
Fail at what?
At robbing somebody, like Jordan always does. And then I have to deal with it. I have to deal with people. People really do come to my house and fucking do shit to it all the time. I have to deal with that. And I moved in with him all because of Kyle. If I would have never moved in with him, if I would have just got on a plane, all of this wouldn't be happening right now.
You ever heard of the name Torrin Johnson?
Who?
Torrin Johnson?
Tori or Tori?
Torrin. No? You never heard of that name? If you saw a picture of the three black males that have obviously been hanging around Jordan for a while, would you be able to ID them? You would? Okay. Do you personally know these guys? I mean, have they come to the house? No? Okay.
These are not.
Then I understand.
People that,
And
I don't do drugs like that. I
Right.
smoke pot. I don't hang out with gangbangers who carry guns and rob people.
The reason why I ask these questions is not to establish whether you're friends with them or not, is literally to figure out on how I'm going to show you these photos of people, on how you could ID them. Because if you don't know them personally, then I'd have to show you a photo lineup. But if you know these guys, you know who they are. Just like Jordan, you can just look at a picture of him and make sure, that's the guy I'm talking about. So you know the other three? Or no?
I've never heard of a Torrance Johnson. I think it's Tori, not Torrance.
Well, he may go by Tori.
No, I don't personally know these people, but if I saw a picture of him, I could possibly tell you who
But
they
a
are.
Tori Johnson sounds familiar to you?
No, a Tori, not a Torin, and no Johnson. I don't know last names like
Oh, okay. Is Tori a black male? He is?
that. Jordan talks about him sometimes, but not Torin.
A Tori? Was he there today at your house? No? Okay. Do you know any of the other black males that may have been there? Do you know any of their names? Even if it's not the full name, do you know, like, do you say Tori, you've heard Jordan say before? Is there any other ones?
No, it was like their Unk is not like Tori related. Like it's I'm trying to think of all the little black people, like grown black people he hangs out with. Torin Johnson just doesn't. The Torin like just reminds me of a Tory black guy.
Which is
Is
something
Torin
that
Johnson
Jordan hangs
black?
out with. Yeah. I'll tell you what, if you don't know, you don't know. You know what I mean? We'll just show you the
I
photos.
could see them though.
That's what I'm saying. We'll just show you the
But
photos.
they all go by different names. They
It
go
don't
by
matter.
Unk, cuz,
It
this,
don't matter.
that. You know what I'm
It
saying?
don't matter.
I don't know real names.
Somehow we're getting their names, and it's got to be from Celeste. So, unless they have Jordan and Jordan's telling us, and I don't know about it. I mean, they're getting these names from somewhere. So just be straight with me. Do you know these guys?
I know of them. I told you that.
Right.
Like if I saw them, I could tell you who they are.
So basically,
But I can't be like,
if you saw these three, you could say, yeah, these are the three that robbed Colton.
yeah.
You realize one of those three. If you're telling me Jordan, there's no way Jordan pulled the trigger. One of those three is who killed Colton.
I know that.
So it's important. It's very important we get
And
this
they
guy
don't mean
identified.
anything to me.
That's good to hear. They shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? So, let me ask you this. When you were on the phone with Colton, you were already worried about him coming to the house. So much so you turned the lights off. Now, some people might argue that you turned the lights off so that for the robbery.
The light in the kitchen was on. None of the lights were on before either
Okay.
because his Nana turned the power off. We
But
were
why?
using candles.
Why not tell him on the phone?
Because Jordan was standing in the living room the whole time.
Okay. Now that makes sense. So Jordan was standing there with you. So,
Yeah, the whole time.
So Jordan knew Colton was on the way.
Yes and no. Jordan wasn't worried about Colton. That's what makes this all so confusing. Jordan didn't know that Colton had drugs or didn't have drugs. I never told him any of that.
And I'm like I said, I'm not
The
saying
Jared kid I did.
Right.
Jared has drugs. Jared brags his drugs. Jared throws his drugs on the table. He carries around a duffel bag full of drugs. He's like asking to get robbed. He's literally like, he does not care. Like he literally does not. Like he just gets robbed. You know what he did after he got robbed? He went and bought more.
Right.
He doesn't care. Like that's just a kid that like he gets entertainment out of being robbed. Not Jordan, Jared. My stomach's dropping because I just feel like a fucking rat.
Why?
Just because no matter everything I say, I'm still gonna go down for this.
Why is it? But why? I mean, I don't understand the whole. Why is it a big deal that you're cooperating with a murder investigation of one of your friends?
It's not a big deal that I'm cooperating.
Well, that's what you said. You feel like a rat by telling me these things.
I'm upset because no matter what I tell you guys, this just solves the case. That's all it does. Like it solves the case.
Yeah, but
I am a good person and I'm gonna go down for this.
Official court filings indicate that the motive for the attack was reportedly the robbery of a small amount of marijuana and cash. This information has shocked the public, raising questions as to why a minor crime could escalate into a fatal shooting.
it's against my nature to be sitting here talking and all that, but I mean,
It's not that it's against my nature. You're not listening to my point of it all.
Well, when people use terms rat, like I feel like a rat, I mean, that's a negative thing. Like that's saying that you're not happy with yourself because you feel like a rat, but...
I don't feel happy with myself right now, whatsoever.
Yeah, but for different reasons, not because you're talking to me.
No, because all of my friends are shitty people. And I put myself in that life, literally, like I had multiple opportunities to get out of it. And I just didn't think I was good enough for the situation. So I just stayed where I was.
This may be your wake-up call and you may get another chance.
I'm praying every time you leave this room, I'm praying. So I really hope it is, and I keep asking him to lead me and trying me to do the right thing. Because Lord knows I do not. This is not who the fuck I am. And this is not who she is.
But one of the things I want to kind of strike home to you here is if you're on the phone with Colton, telling him to come over. Jordan has asked you to call somebody, get somebody over there. You tell him Jacob. Who's the guy that's always getting robbed? Jared. You tell him Jared's on the way. And he says, okay, good, whatever. Then he did he find out that Jared's not on the way? Because we're going to talk to him, and I'm sure he's going to tell me, she said Jared told her to come to him.
I told him that Jared was taking forever to respond, that he was at a party in Middleburg finding a ride here.
Okay.
So he was not on the way at the moment, yes.
So then he finds out Colton.
Yes, but that I was leaving and Colton was on his way. It wasn't like, hey, okay, I'm inviting this Colton kid over so that you can just run out in the fucking front yard and beat the shit out of him and kill him.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think that's it at all. I do not.
And I know that she's not going to say that because that's not the truth.
She's not saying that.
Jared? Okay. If that happened, I'd be sitting here and saying, I'd be in fucking trouble because I would fucking do that shit. Why?
I think basically in a nutshell what her statement is that she knew by inviting Colton there that Jordan would rob him. And it sounds like you did too, and that's why you were trying to tell him don't come, you turned the lights off. But if Jordan's sitting there in the living room, I get it.
What are we supposed to do? We're like guinea pigs. We're girls.
So if Celeste knew this, I mean, you're just like you said, she
knew everything
16.
I'm saying. She was sitting in the living room.
Right. So you knew too, as soon as Colton got there, and that's why you're taking all these efforts to make sure Colton would not make it to your house. Not because you thought anybody was going to get killed, but because you didn't want your name involved with him getting robbed.
Not only that, I told Jordan multiple times, Colton's my friend. Please don't do anything to him. Just wait for Jared. Please just wait for Jared. Do not do anything to Colton. You'll get your money from Jared.
And what does Jordan say?
I won't let him know.
He said what?
I won't let him know.
He wants money now?
And then he said, I don't give a fuck about it. I don't want to do it. And then he changed his mind again.
Okay. So he's just wishy-washy. But at some point he told you he wanted the money now. Then he changed his mind, said, no, I'm not going to do it. Then he goes back to it. And that's why you knew.
Jordan, it wasn't Colton that Jordan wanted to rob. Mm-hmm. It was Jared.
But because Colton came, he chose to rob Colton.
Maybe I don't know what was going through Jordan's head. Maybe he thought that was fucking Jared.
Okay.
Maybe he thought that was Jared. Maybe. Okay. But I did tell him my friend was coming over to pick me up.
Okay.
So he knew that. Whether it be Colton, but I had a bad gut feeling as soon as Jordan disappeared. He disappeared right after I told him that Jared was finding a ride over here, but he wasn't on the way and that I was leaving and Colton was coming to get me.
Well, see, at one point you're telling me that he disappears, and then sometimes you're telling me he's right in the living room with you when you're talking to him.
He was. But maybe I can break this down where you understand it. I'm sitting by the window. Celeste is sitting by the window. We're on the phone. Jordan's nagging and yelling, and Celeste is just sitting there. Dude, Allie, blah, 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 blah. Okay, he's not responding. Has he responded? Has he responded? Call him, blah, blah, blah. Just nagging at me. And I'm giving him answers. Half of them are lies, half of them are truth or whatever, etc. I'm about to throw up because this is fucking sick. I was bored. I was tired of sitting there waiting on somebody to come so they could rob him for For what? Why was I sitting there? The kid said he would come when he found a way.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jordan could do what he wanted to do. Why couldn't I leave?
Okay.
Why couldn't I go ride dirt roads and drink beer and maybe do coke? Why couldn't I do that?
Okay.
My intentions were never for Colton to get robbed, and he didn't deserve that.
But you knew it was going to happen.
I had a bad gut feeling when Jordan disappeared right after I told him I was leaving. It was just me and Celeste in the house after that.
Okay.
For like 10 minutes.
Okay.
15 at the most.
Well, that pretty much clears up everything I wanted to clear up. Let me go see how we're doing on these photos of the other people involved. Maybe you can help us out with that.
After days of investigation, the Clay County Sheriff's Office confirmed that all 4 suspects, including Jordan Coleman, Ozil McNabb, and Tori Johnson, were now in custody. They are expected to face charges in connection with the robbery and murder of Colton Shearer.
It's a controlled environment too, so that way, because like I said, we got Celeste. We got Celeste here and all that, and it just shows that we keep everybody separate, so that way we don't say you influenced her or she influenced you in your testimony and all that. But it's like we said, we got to get the absolute truth out, be very clear, concise, exactly, even if it doesn't necessarily shed a positive light on you. It is what it is. You didn't have the intentions of what happened. So we can recap real quick. So we'll start from the very beginning. I'm gonna give you the floor. You tell me exactly.
Jordan and Ozell have been talking about robbing people for weeks, and Tori's been involved too. And we were all outside the car the other day when Celeste wasn't there, talking about Jordan robbing Jared and how shitty a job he did. And Ozell said, "If I was there, that wouldn't have happened. I have your back, Jordan. Let's set it up for something else." Blah blah. I said, "I'm not setting up any more robberies. Not doing that." And Ozell said, "No, I'll just stand by the porch, and when they roll up, like, tell them to pull in the driveway." I was like, "I'm not telling them that." I was like, "It's common sense to pull in the driveway." He's like, "Okay, well then where are we gonna hide if they flash the lights?" I said, "I don't know. You'll figure it out. Like, I don't care what you're doing. Like, I don't." And then, like, as it kept going and going and going, Jordan was still telling me to message Jared, still telling me to get Jared to come over. And I was like, "No, he's not coming. He's not coming." Celeste was sitting there. She really didn't say anything the whole time it happened, except for, "I don't think we should do this." And then Ozell said everything was going to be fine. Jordan said, "Let's get drugs." We were still sitting there. They decided. I went into the room to go to the bathroom and turn the light on, and Jordan freaked out and said Jordan said the lights cannot be on because of his Nana. Not because of anything that had to do with any kind of shadows or anything like that, because at that point they were not going to stay in the yard. They weren't staying in the yard, so the light thing was completely, she misunderstood that.
Mm-hmm.
They were not doing it in the yard because I told them I was not telling Colton to pull in the yard.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if he pulled in the yard, that was one thing. If not, like, they need to, like,
figure it out.
Yeah, they need to fucking figure it out themselves. Like, I would invite him over here and leave with him if y'all weren't here, or you can wait on Jared, or you can do what you gotta do, but I don't want anybody to get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Celeste heard me say that. I don't want anybody to get hurt. And Ozell said, "Nobody's gonna get hurt." I was like, "Okay, well, I don't know if they have guns either." And he was like, "Well, I have a gun," lifted up his shirt. And then...
What did the gun look like?
It was just a small black gun.
Small black gun?
Small black gun.
What part of it could you see? Like the handle, or
it was
could
small.
you see the whole thing?
It would have fit in my
Where
hand.
was it?
Not a grown man gun. It would have fit in my hand.
Okay.
Small gun.
Where was it? Like you said, in his waistband?
Here.
Okay.
I only saw the top part, bottom part was facing down.
Okay. Alright, so go on. He said he's got
a gun, nobody's gonna hurt him, and they're not gonna hurt anybody. And I was like, "I don't think you should use the gun." He said, "I'm not gonna use the gun unless I need to." He's like, "My hands are strong enough." I was like, "Don't hit him." I was like, "I'm pretty sure they'll just give it to you if you're 2 black guys and you walk up there and you're scary like you guys are planning to do." That's what I had in my mind, that I would be scared if 2 black guys walked up to me and asked me for my drugs.
Right.
My intentions were, really, I didn't even want them to get robbed. I really didn't.
It just happened.
Whether he died or didn't die, I didn't. Yes, I was scared the whole time that shit was happening. And when it started happening, I got more scared. And that's when I started backing off. That's when I started sending him the wrong address. That's when I started telling him that we would walk to the Kangaroo. I told Celeste to put her shoes on. And then I told
Jordan, before he walked out the door, I didn't know where Ozell and Tori were already gone.
Okay.
They were already outside. I don't know where they were at. Nothing. Jordan was the only one in the house. Me, Jordan, Celeste. And I told Jordan that Colton was on his way, that he was on 16, and he said, okay. He walked out the door.
You told Jordan that?
Yeah. I was
Okay.
like, they're on their
Okay.
way. He's on 16.
And the other two were already gone?
They didn't know that I sent him the wrong address, though.
Okay.
They didn't know any of that. They
Okay.
didn't know that they went to the kangaroo. None of that. Like, I had one conversation with Colton on the phone, and I was like, do you want to chill? He said, yeah. I said, okay, I'm at my house. He's like, is anybody there? And I was like, me and Celeste. He said, is this anybody's house? Or is this your house? I said, yes, it's mine, but I have a roommate.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
After the shots happened and all that, do they come back in?
no, they never came back in, not once. Me and Celeste ran and hid and freaked out and panicked like any two girls would do after they heard gunshots.
Have you talked to Jordan or anybody since then?
No.
Do you know where they would run to?
Ozell has a lot of friends that would cover for him,
Okay.
mostly on Martin Luther
Do
King.
any of them drive?
No.
No.
Ozell has a girlfriend named Nina that
Nina?
has a car that he uses sometimes.
What kind of car?
I don't know what her car looks like.
Okay.
I mean, I could find out, but I don't know what it looks like.
They've got the lineups ready. Let me go get them, and then I'll be right back. Okay.
Does that sound like the truth?
Yeah, it's like what do you mean? Is it the truth?
Yeah, but I just don't feel like
That's
you guys believe me.
Alexandra Schreffler's testimony was pivotal to the prosecution. In exchange for testifying against her co-conspirators, she pleaded guilty to the lesser charge of armed robbery and received a 15-year prison sentence. The mastermind, Jordan Coleman, was convicted of murder and armed robbery and sentenced to life in prison. The other participants, Ozell McNabb and Torrin Johnson, were sentenced to 25 years and 15 years, respectively, for their roles in the fatal ambush.